Hi guys. Okay, so I know I'm late. I know I'm like seriously late. The election was on Tuesday, and I came home specifically to be here for the election. I was surprised by a few things. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't really surprised that Jason Kenney won, um, and of course the UCP. What I was a little bit surprised at was Edmonton going orange, basically a blanket of orange. And everybody I've talked to so far, and granted, it's only been family over the past few days because, I just got home after several months of being away. So it's like all family all the time. But it seems that they're just as surprised as I am at what happened in Edmonton, the little orange holdout. But the rest of the province has, you know, taken the cure for the Kool-Aid, and so now they seem to have reached some common sense. Although I don't really think it was a matter of drinking the Kool-Aid. I think it was a matter of people wanted to change, and they wanted to smack the Conservatives for some of the behavior that they were displaying over the last little while. So we tried, it failed. Now we're going to hopefully get somebody worthwhile in there. I think that Jason Kenney has a lot of integrity, and so I'm hoping that he stays the course, and that what has come out in the last day or so with the delay on the pipeline, I'm hoping that he's playing the game, so to speak, and is giving in to this one so that maybe he can get something else later on down the road. I don't know. My brother has another theory that maybe he's giving Trudeau some more rope so that he can continue to hang himself. It's hard to say what exactly is going on. I mean, I think to me it's probably got more to do with the fact that Jason Kenney doesn't even actually take office until April 30th. So, it's just another month down the road, and then the approval should be done. Um, so I'm hoping it's just, a matter of a little give and take and a little of letting him get his feet under him before he starts really taking on all of these bigger issues. But one can only hope, because you never know with a politician whether you're going to get the real McDeal or if you're going to get, a little bait and switch going on, which seems to be happening a lot with politicians of late. So I don't know, but we'll see. And fingers crossed. It's all in all, it's a good thing. It's awesome. We've had a massive change in government now in Alberta, sort of back to the way it was before. Except a little bit different, because one of the things that I was concerned with was that we would wind up exactly where we were before um, the orange hiccup, as I like to call it. It seemed to me that we were going to wind up with two splinter groups on the right, which was, of course, the UCP and the Alberta Party. But the Alberta Party, not even Stephen Mandel got in his own riding. So it was a bit of a shock as far as that's concerned. But for me, it's actually a good thing, because I think now maybe if those people that were splintering off could get behind the UCP and get into one party and make that work again, maybe we won't have these issues with splintering things off and everybody having their own, like, I don't know, having 20 different parties fill the legislature and nothing ever get done because too many people are right fighting instead of just trying to do what needs to be done for the people. So there's that. Another fun thing in the news today. Okay, so it's not a fun thing, but it was something that I had said about some time ago, was that this whole EU Brexit debacle would probably stir up things in Northern Ireland. And sure enough, I just heard this morning that in Londonderry there was a situation that has broken out where a journalist was killed in some riots that have been perpetrated by the new IRA. I remember there was a new IRA back in the 90s sometime, and they disappeared quickly, but I don't know if it's the same ones or if it's a different new IRA. But anyway, the trouble is brewing over there again, so it's interesting times that we live in, and it's not a big surprise, but it's an interesting turn of events, because I didn't realize it was happening already, but it seems like this has been going on for for a few months now, and we haven't even gotten to the 12th day. And people from Northern Ireland will know exactly what I'm talking about whenever I say the 12th day. But it is July 12th, and it's usually a problematic period for Ireland. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this year with trouble already brewing. It might help if the powers that be would get their butts back in the seats in Parliament and actually start running the country and managing the country like they're supposed to do, like they're paid to do. But yeah, it seems to be the way of the world right now. The governments aren't listening to the people. It's like, yeah, okay, we have our democratic right to vote, but then what happens after we put somebody in power is that they do their own thing and they don't pay any attention to what we the people want. Case in point right now is another one. I was actually going to do 2 videos today, but I'll just throw it all into one and you can just suffer through the whole thing. The whole Mulleur Report. I love this. My brother actually named it this because there's apparently different colors for different parts of the redactions or whatever. Anyway, it turned out that it's just a bunch of redactions that are in it all in black, which is pretty standard. And he was calling it the, what was it now? The Reading Rainbow Mulleur Report. So, if anybody remembers the Reading Rainbow with LeVar Burton, who used to play Geordie LaForge on Star Trek Next Generation, you may remember that that was like a reading program to help people learn how to read. I think we need Reading Rainbow for the Senate and for various other Democrats so that they can understand that no collusion means no collusion. It's mind-blowing how they are making a mountain out of a molehill and how they just keep beating this same dead horse and they will not accept the truth. It just seems like a constant continuance. It's the same things going on with Brexit where, you know, they're now postponing everything until October. At the end of October, there's not going to be any real decisions made on Brexit. So that means that the EU elections are going to happen, and it's like they're shooting themselves in the foot constantly, and they're just not listening to the people. And then I heard, I can't remember if it was this morning or last night, Dr. Steve Turley, who has a YouTube channel, it's Dr. Steve Turley, he was talking about Nigel Farage's Brexit party has now got something like 27% support, which is more than Labour or the Conservative Party. Like, seriously, seriously, we're actually at a point where we have to have essentially a Brexit party just to make something happen that the people want. Like, how asinine is it that these politicians just keep thinking that they can continue down this road of constantly ignoring the people and getting away with it? Because it's not going to happen. They are forcing a situation where people are going to get desperate and things are going to get ugly. And that is the unfortunate thing about the whole spiel, is that when you push people hard enough, they're going to push back. And that's exactly what's going to wind up happening. And it's unfortunate because it's totally, totally unnecessary. And yet they keep doing it. They keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And we're sitting back going, seriously, can we just move on from this and maybe do something different in the future? But no, we have to go down this stupid road all over again and just get frustrated. So anyway, that's how I see it this weekend. Happy Passover to those of you who celebrate Passover. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter. And happy weekend for those of you that don't celebrate anything. Have a good one, guys, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.